Assalamu alaikum, people. Yeah. Yeah, how everybody doing today? Got a little information. Not like no information, just like a reality thing, you know, when you're dealing with cases. Everybody, you know, have a different opinion on what's gonna happen on the draws down case, on the Hoover Rico, on the Spanish Rico, and it's another Rico that happened out there between the Southsiders and the Serranos up there in Oakland. That's another Rico nobody's talking about, and I'm gonna go grab that information. I'm gonna go look up on my pacer, and I'm gonna grab that information. I'm gonna delve off into that and see who is who and what is what. But the federal government is busy right now, bro. They busy, man. And they get the traction and a lot of information from their sources. They get information from a lot of these dudes. They follow your Instagram, your Facebook, your TikTok, whatever type of social media you have. Man, I wish I could train somebody with this thing, man. Show them how it go. But anyway, let me tell you something, man. Let's face some reality about all this stuff that's going down. When you have a criming, one person, you and him may have an agreement where y'all may fight the case, one may take the case, or you both fight the case and y'all just deal with it like that, okay? You may get away with that. But when you have multiple crimes, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen, man. And a lot of people's not paying attention to this. You got all these Ricos got more than 7 people on the case, bro. Mark my word, and I guarantee it's already in the mix. I don't care what nobody say. You have to use your reason and logic when it comes down to this stuff. And a lot of brothers that ever been to the federal penitentiary, man, they know exactly what I'm talking about. You do not get no signature bond on no Rico case, bro. Unless you was already cooperating, or unless you already finna take a deal, or unless you got lucky. But 9 times out of 10, you don't get lucky like that, bro. Now, this is the reality of it is, whoever they got at the head of the Rico, that's who they want. That's who they focus on. That's who basically their attention is to them. That's who they telling everybody this and they telling everybody that. You have a situation where dudes gonna have to fend for themselves, bro. Dudes got to think about their family. People got to think about their kids. Dudes got to think about doing 20 or 30 years, or stand down for the hood, or stand down for the cause, or stand down for the group. So what do you guys think? You think that if the government say, okay, I'm going to give you a plea deal for, what's 5 years? 40 months. I don't know how that works. Let's just say 5 years. I don't know how that, you know, that system works in the federal penitentiary. I know 100 months is 10 years. I know that much. So say for instance, 5 years. They say gonna give you 50 months, right? So they say you facing 30 years, but we're gonna give you 50 months if you admit to say you was a part of this organization. You participated in this organization, and such and such and such and such was ahead of this organization. Y'all get where I'm going at? So in all these cases that's going on right now, you got 7 or more defendants in these cases. Somebody in them cases finna take a deal, bro. And I guarantee it's already in the works, man. It's already in the works. It's finna go down like that. And if you think it's not in the works, you got to be crazy, man. You know, dudes finna say they self, man. Dudes gonna think back long and hard, and they gonna feel that they was put in an uncompromised situation, meaning that whoever was at the head of the organization put them in a situation they should have never been in. This individual was doing some underhand stuff that they really didn't know nothing about. Even if they were just picking up money, you know, for the individual, and they just thought they were just working for that individual or doing something solid for one of their homies or something like that, they gonna feel they was tricked into doing all that. So I'm telling you, bro, everybody make a big stink about on how the case finna go down and what's finna happen and what not finna happen. I'm gonna tell you what God loves, man. Everybody finna fend for themselves, bro. Everybody gonna look at their own particular life and see what's best for them, man. These dudes is not gonna care about what dudes say about them. Dudes is not gonna care if they get called a rat. Dudes is not gonna care about if they get called a buster. These dudes is not gonna care about none of this type of stuff, bro. They're gonna do what's best for themselves, man. And if you don't understand that, man, you have no logic at all, man. I'm telling you, bro, when you get up in there and you facing all that time, and half of these individuals, not the dudes on the Hoover, the sexual trafficking, them some youngsters, so they gonna be able to eat that. Some of them dudes gonna be able to eat that. They gonna come home when they 40 years old. But the draws down case, majority of them dudes, they can't eat that, bro. They can't. They come home, majority of them dudes, they come home, they're gonna be 75, almost 80 years old if they get all that time to get found guilty, bro. So, what do you think they're gonna do, man? You know, logically. So it's like we be having these debates, or dudes will call me, and I'll be like, hey, bro, I don't know why y'all call me with this stuff, bro. It's like, man, it's like, where do you guys go to school at? You guys say y'all have this education. You guys say you study the game. Y'all been to the pen. Y'all know all this type of knowledge. But, bro, I'm telling you, bro, everybody's going to fend for themselves, man. Pay attention to that, bro. They're going to fend for themselves. They're going to try to save themselves. They're going to try to save their company. If they have a company, they're going to try to save that. If they're going to try to cooperate on every level. And just let's talk about the boy Loose Cannon a little bit. Here's what it is, man. He inserted himself in certain crimes, in certain situations, and certain things of that nature, right? We all know that he's really not from over there. I know that for a fact, and a lot of other brothers know that for a fact. He's not from over there, though. But he wanted to be from over there so bad, bro. He put himself in certain type of situations. He made videos on 6-0, on the dead homies, hood this, neighborhood that. So he put himself in a situation where he identified himself as that being a part of that particular group when he's really not built like that. So he put himself in that situation, and now everything is going all bad for him. He did a demonstration over there at No Jumper, which was one of the biggest cowards demonstration I ever seen in my life, because when he got on the dude, he pulled off the blicky. You know what I'm saying? Straight buster, straight coward. Instead of just standing on the dude when the dude was on the ground, that's what he should have did. But he put himself in an uncompromised situation, dealing with that situation as well. Now, his girl. You see this baton? She handed off to the next dude. This is a baton right here. Sharice had this baton. She running, and she handed it to the next dude. Boop. Scrubbed everything. Scrubbed everything with Loose Cannon on her social media. Scrubbed everything off. Everything, bro. She's out of here. She didn't pass the baton to the next dude, whoever he is. You know? So, now Loose Cannon, he feeling the pressure. He done lost his girl. He done messed up everything with his family. He done talked all this head about everybody from everybody hood, dissed everybody hood, everybody's section, even his own section. And now he's in between a hard place and a hard rock. Hey, man. He's gonna fend for himself, bro. And I guarantee you that. See, it get real tricky, man, when pressure get put up on you, man. And everybody catching all these cases from the draws down, from the Hoover situation, from over there dealing with the situation, dealing with the flocking, dealing with the situation up north in Oakland, dealing with the Serranos in the North End. This stuff finna get tricky, man. It's finna be a whole lot of pressure. And when this pressure get up there, man, dudes gonna be looking at each other. They gonna look in the mirror. Their family's gonna be talking to them, and their family's gonna be telling, hey, man, you better save yourself. The girl gonna be telling them that, hey, man, you better save yourself. You better tell her I'm out of here, etc., etc., etc. So it's a lot of pressure is being applied right now, and a lot of brothers don't believe that. And they don't think that. They be thinking everybody's just straight these hood dudes, bro. It's not the 80s and 90s no more, man. That is over with. Ain't nobody going to jail for nobody, bro. Ain't nobody going to jail for nobody. Look, pay attention, man, and mark my word when I'm telling you, bro. It's finna, dominoes finna fall, and when the first person take that plea deal, everything else is a wrap. Assalamu alaikum.